Hello, my beautiful, lovely people. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time watching, welcome. I pray that you be blessed by the content that I share on this channel. If so, please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know each time I upload a video. So this video, oh my God, y'all, I'm a little excited. It's because anything that relating to have some like singlehood, and so I just get excited. I get excited if anything God gives me, anything God gives me, He shared with me. I want to share it with you all to bless you all. So this video is for my single women. It's for my single women, single man. You know, this video is for you. It's for you all. This video is for you all. And so a while back, no, I'm just gonna say maybe a month or two ago. It might have been a month or two ago. I got inspired to do this, to put this together, like for singles, is because one day I was sitting at home. One day I was sitting at home, and the Lord told me to clean out my closet. He said, "Clean out your closet." And so I began to clean out my closet. And as I began to clean out my closet, I found so much stuff. Like sometimes I just keep stuff. I just keep stuff, keep all type of stuff, like stuff from when I worked at old job, daycare center. I just keep a lot of stuff. And so as I began to clean out my closet, he began to reveal to me like, where is room? Like he told me, make room for your future spouse. You need to make room for your future spouse. Like, where is he going to put his stuff at? You got all this stuff in your closet. Where is he going to put his stuff? And so I began to clean out my closet. I began to throw away stuff, get rid of stuff. And I'm so glad that God led me to clean out my closets, because when I clean out my closet, like I came across like old stuff of old, ex-boyfriend and stuff. And I'm like, okay, this got to go. I'm like, this got to go. It's because if you are preparing for marriage, if you are preparing for marriage, you make room for your future spouse. You don't want nothing or no one, any old residue, anything that's old, to stand in the way, or to be, you don't want your spouse to come in and be like, okay, what is this? Why you still got old, of your old boyfriend or this. So I thank God for leading me to clean out my closet, because I found some things in my closet like you need to get rid of, you got to throw this away. And so I began to get rid of it and throw stuff away. And so then he led me to gave me this idea. He gave me this idea like prepare for your future spouse. And it's like to create this, make room for your spouse. It's like a basket. Make room for your spouse is like a basket. And so I said, okay. And I had already, like before I moved here, and I had already this evangelist. This is evangelist. Her name Lady Jacqueline Bell. I did a book. I did a series on her book, The Principles of Prayer. It was my late pastor Bishop Bell, his wife, and so she always talk about faith in action, like faith in action, and she shared different testimonies of women, like how they moved in faith. How they moved in faith, they stepped in faith, like they desire to be married. They desired to be married. She was saying how this one sister went and bought her dress. She stepped she moving in faith, went and bought her dress. And I believe maybe some weeks or months later, she got married. Yeah, she got married. And so um in August is my church prayer, my noonday prayer. And so it seemed like every year when we getting ready for our prayer retreat, and so the chair lady, she would ask us, the team, for different suggestions and stuff for the noonday prayer. And so with me, last year we did the prayer summit, and so she gave me, like, I shared it. It's a series it's called Healing Scripture Series. I did that, and she gave me these topics. She gave me these topics on healing, finance, and so I wrote them out. And so I did it with you all on here. It's in my playlist. It's called Healing Scripture Series. And so she gave me that. She gave me the topic, then I just got scriptures and I wrote on those. And so here it is. We're getting ready for our prayer retreat. And so she asked me, she said, I know you want something, because I told her, I'm looking like, what about the singles? Like, what about us? Like, And she said, I know you want something for your singles. I know you want something. Do you have, a topic or discussion for the singles? And so at first I was like, no. And then God gave me this idea, like, prepare for your spouse, create a basket for your future spouse. And so then I was sitting and God just was like, so I was scared to present it. Like sometimes people, you have an idea or God give you an idea. Sometimes you don't want to share it with people because you feel like people, oh, they're just going to knock it down. They're not going to. And so God, he was like, share, tell her, like share, share it with her, share it with her. So when I shared it with her, she was like, you know what, that's a great idea. She was like, that's a great idea. And she began to tell me like, um, she was like, some years ago, that's what the sisters at the church used to do. She said, but we had a trunk. We had a trunk and we would have the sisters, they would put stuff in the trunk to prepare themselves. And so then I was, I shared it and she was like, that's a great idea. And so I began, this became a homework. It became a project for me. It became a project for me. It's because I'm doing it for the prayer retreat. I'm doing it for our prayer retreat for our seniors, singles. But then I thought about you all. I thought about you all and I said, I'm going to share it with my subscribers, single lady, single man, because you too, you could be, you have a desire to be married, and so this can be some encouragement for you, to prepare yourself for prepare yourself for marriage. And so something like as I was putting this together, and so I do want to say, I do want to mention to those of you, like if you have a desire, you want to get married. So because like marriage is something that it's to be taken very serious. It's not something to be taken lightly. When you go into this, you go on into this with a mind where you want to be sincere. You want to be sincere about this. When I say sincere, you want to like, this is something serious. This is a big decision that you have to make. This is a big commitment that you're going to make. This is not no boyfriend or girlfriend. This is a commitment. This is somebody that you come in union, you're gonna come in agreement with, you come in union with, a covenant with, you live with this person for the rest of your life, until God called, said to death do you part. So you want to take this very serious. You can't, some people they just say, I want to be married, I want to be married. But you really need to be prepared for what's coming with marriage, what's going to come with marriage. You need to be prepared. It's not just all about, just having a husband, just having a spouse. It's more than that. It's more than that. You working together as a team. You coming together as one flesh. You coming together at one flesh. So there are going to be some things that you're going to have to talk about, concern, like say it's like, finance, the bills, you this and that. So, it's more to that. It's more to just you trying to please your flesh. It's more to that. It's more to that. And so you need to go with this with a sincere heart. Like you need to be thinking right now as you preparing and you want to be a wife, somebody's wife, you need to be preparing, like thinking right now, like, okay, I'm asking God for this, but am I ready to be his wife? Am I ready to be his helpmate? Am I ready to get up in the morning, cook for him? Am I ready, to do the laundry? Am I ready for, the good days, the bad days? Am I ready for all this? Because that's what's going to come with it. That's what's going to come with it. And me, personally speaking, I never been married, but I came close to being married. I share my testimony about this. It's in Jesus the Healer series, and it's called Jesus the Heart Fixer. And I share my testimony how I was engaged to get married. So just that span of time when I was with that individual, it felt like like we was married. We was married because we was doing things together. When I'll go to the store. We went to the store together. It was like we was already like getting prepared, like we was coming to get to be married. So you need to be prepared. You need to be thinking right now. Like right now, you need to be thinking right now as you getting ready. When I'm gonna show you the basket, you need to be thinking right now as you putting this together. Like I'm asking God for this, I'm asking God, am I really ready for this? Am I really ready for this? And so me personally, I shared this so many times. I was sitting at work one day. I was sitting at work one day, and the Lord began to deal with me about marriage. And my response, I was like, I'm good. I didn't want nobody. I was at a place I was content. I was like, Lord, I got work. You, church, I'm good. And so he let me know, like, that's good and all, but it was like his desire is for me to be married. You know, his desire is for me to be married. And so many times I try to shake it off, like, no, Lord, like, and he just kept like, marriage matters to me. Like, marriage matters to me. Let me know, like, my desire for you to be married. Like, I want you to be married, You saying you good and all, but that's not what I see. It's like basically like he showed my future, like your future. I'm seeing somebody with you, a spouse with you in your future. I don't, you are in your future. It's not you alone, with somebody with you. And so, like, so many times, you all, like, I just try to shake it off. So many times I try to shake it off. And every time I try to shake it off, he just bring it back to me like, what did I say? What did I tell you? Marriage matters to me. And I shared this with one of the sisters at my church. She had shared her story about how God showed her husband. And she said, she was like, God showed her this person, and he was like, that's your husband. And she was like, nah. And she was like, he's not no ugly brother. He's attractive brother. But she was like, no. And that's the man that she married. And so when I shared with her what God revealed to me, I was like, I keep hearing marriage matters to me. And she was like, if you keep hearing it, then that means, she was like, yeah. She was like, wow, like God is dealing with you. Like, like he wants you to be married. And so I just want to share this with you all, so you all know, like, this is nothing. Before we get into, like, prepare the basket, to share this with you all, so like, don't take this lightly. Don't take this lightly. Even to the men, don't take it lightly. Don't get to the point like, oh, cool, that's all I got to do. Okay, I'm just gonna get some items, and it's gonna be, no. You need to be sincere about this. You need to be sincere about this. Are you ready to be a husband? Are you ready to really be a husband? And even the women's, are you really, really ready to be a wife? And I share it's a video called, I think it's called "Don't Underestimate Your Assignment." And basically, the Lord began to, this was like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, show me like the different married couples, like, don't underestimate your assignment. Like, don't take it lightly. And the difference between an object and a queen, like how guys sometimes, let's say, like, guys, they see this woman, he see her as an object. When it's like an object, he just see that as somebody that he can lay with, somebody that he could just lay with, and this and that. But when you see the woman as a queen, you're not looking at her as just like laying with her. You're looking at her as like, you know you loving her, you spending time with you. She's your queen. You treating her like a queen. Um, you're her king. You're her protector. It's more to, just look at what, the physical, the physical standpoint. But you're looking at, this is somebody that I'm going to grow with. I'm going to love. I'm going to cherish. I'm going to spend time with. This is going to be my helpmate. That's a queen. That's your queen. That's your queen, and you're her king. But when it's just an object, you just like, oh, they're just somebody I can just, And so the Lord began to reveal to me, like, the difference between an object and the person, they're the king and their queen. So I just want to say, please, like, when you do this, as I'm showing you, and we pin together, like this basket, don't take it lightly. Don't take it lightly, because the Lord knows, like, I always say this, he know when you mean business. When you mean business, he mean business with you. And so let's say that, I'm just going to paraphrase, let's say, like, you putting this together, you putting this basket together, say, yeah, I want a wife, or I want a husband. And the Lord saying, you say you want a husband, or you say you want a wife, but you still clinging to this person. You're still clinging to this person. Why is this person you still clinging to? Why are you still clinging to your ex? Why are you still, how can I send you somebody and you still clinging to this person? You still talking to this person. You're not ready. You're not ready for a wife. You're not ready for a husband. Let that go. You need to let that go. That means you need to allow God to purify you. Now God got to purify you. Now you read the story of Esther. I did a series on this too. It's called Purification. It's called the Purification series. And that's something else that God gave me, purify yourself. You purify yourself, prepare as you preparing yourself for your future spouse. Like Esther, she went through this 6 months purification. So you need to purify yourself before you can receive your helpmate. You need to nothing need to be um nothing needs to be um there shouldn't be nothing, no interference. You need to be pure. Whatever it is, whoever you still entanglement with, you need to purify yourself. You need to purify yourself so you get a chance. If you want to, you can go back. It's in my playlist and it's called Singlehood Purification. And so this is so like something like I really take very serious. I really take very serious. It's because after my last experience, coming close to getting married. So now, like, it's real serious to me. Like, I don't take this lightly. Like, anybody, and God knows my heart. Like, anybody, like, He sent me. Like, you know what? Anybody, because after what she's been through, she's careful now. You know, you've been in a relationship, and so you enter into a new relationship. You're careful now. You're more careful now. Let's say, like, you drive in a car, you have an accident, and you recover from that. And so when the next you driving again, you very careful about the way you drive, how you drive, the roads that you go down. You very careful. So now I'm very careful now. In a place like now, when different individuals they come to me and try to talk to me, I'm looking like, nah, like you ain't it. Like that's not it. And sometimes I even go to God, like, okay, God, what about this one? Like, nah, that ain't it. No. I mean, one individual, he told me, like, no, he's not a soul winner. He wouldn't help you draw souls to me. You need somebody that's going to draw souls to you, draw souls to me like you are, you one of my servants, and so if he don't have the same mindset of want to go out and witness and pray, you especially need somebody that going to pray with you. And so, I just want to share that with you all. Is because as I was putting this together, and I just want to, the Lord just been remind me, like, I want to let them know, like, this is nothing to be taken lightly. And so now we're going to get into, I just don't call this, I don't call it an activity. I just call it just something like, because I was just like, what do you call it? Do I call this like an activity, a homework assignment? I mean, it's like an assignment. I'm like, I don't just call it that just to say, this is just something, um, just something. It's like something, an encouragement. It's like a goal. I just say encouragement, and the goal is something that you doing, to prepare yourself. So I want to show you something, show you all. This is what I put together for our noonday prayer singers retreat for the singles. And so I want to show y'all. So up here it says single lady faith in action, and then you have the single women, like, we join together in unity and we're praying. And so this is a scripture I put right here, and it says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. This is Hebrews 11:1. And so then right down here, this is I'm gonna just call it I'm gonna call it an activity. I just say it's a goal, you know. And so right here, I'm gonna read you out what it says. It says, um, everyone will be everyone will receive a prepare for your future spouse gift basket. This is what I'm going to show you all, the gift basket that I have. And I want to get another sturdy one. Right now, it's going to do for right now, but I want to get one that's more sturdy so it won't fall apart. And it said, as a future wife, you are to shop and put items in the basket that your partner would love and appreciate. It serves as a place that you have reserved just for him. As you act on faith, because this is a faith, that's why it's called faith in action. It's because you're acting in faith. You're acting in faith. And I shared with you all in the beginning how this evangelist shared the story about this woman. She wanted to be married, and she stepped out on faith. She went and bought a wedding dress. She went and bought a wedding dress. And I want to say, I think she said maybe some months later, she got married. Yes. So this is why it's called faith in action. It's because you're moving. Um, There's this oh my god, like so many people like channel I come across, and they talking about singlehood, or they talking about they sharing a testimony before God sent them their spouse, have really blessed me. And so there was this lady on, she's on YouTube. Her name is Mia Fields, and she's like, I'm gonna just say she's like this she's this inspirational I'm saying this evangelist, and she was sharing her testimony how God sent to bless her husband. And so how what she did, like in faith, she's like acting faith. When she would go to the store, she said she bought something for her future husband. She was like, it's for somebody, you know. She bought him bought some cologne or something. And so this is why it's that faith. You act on faith. Each time you look at the basket, it will be a reminder and encouragement for your future spouse. And so right here, I don't know if y'all can see it. Okay, right there. This is just an example of some items. Like, let's say you go into the store, you going shopping, and if you see something that you know feel like, oh, my future spouse, I can get that for my future spouse. And so these are just some examples that I got that I'm going to share with the ladies at the retreat. And it's got um I'm not saying this is what you could put in your basket, whatever you feel that, you know, like I think he probably, I think he probably would like that. This is this it's like you're giving him, it's like this gift. You're gonna give him, this is a gift. You giving him, letting him know, like, during a time of your waiting period to meet him, even though you don't know what he looked like, you don't know his height, you don't know his size, you don't know none of this. You was moving in faith, purchasing, getting gifts for him. So when you do come face to face to meet him, you present him the gift. You give him a gift. It can be a gift of like a wedding present gift. You can give him the gift. So with me, I'm thinking like, well, man, I'm like, I'm gonna give it to him like after the wedding. It can be honeymoon. I give him it's a gift. Let him know, like, I had this space, this spot, I had this reserved just for you, just for you. So, but it's just some little items I wrote down, and it says suit tie, socks, cologne, shaver, sports hat, house shoes, wallet, coffee mug, grooming essential, gift set. And so, now this is something that I wrote out because I wanted the ladies to know that as you doing this, I wanted them to know, let them know, like, as you doing this, you moving in faith, you need to know some people what faith. Some people don't know what faith is. Some people don't know what it means to step me in faith and move and act. Some people don't know that, and so this is just some definition that they can read in their spare time. And it said faith defines is complete or confidence in someone or something. Biblical definition: confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see. Action: the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim. The biblical definition: the deeds, conduct, and behavior of individuals reflecting their faith and relationship with God. And then this is just share with you a list of some people in the Bible that they moved in faith, like they put their faith to action. Queen Esther. Queen Esther braved the risk of death by approaching the king to plead for her people, demonstrating her faith through her courageous action. This is Esther chapter 4, verse 7 and 17. If you get a chance, you can go back and read it. Abraham. Abraham obeyed God's command to leave his homeland and go to a place he didn't know, demonstrating his faith by acting on God's word. Genesis chapter 12, verse 1 and 4. Noah. You all remember the story of Noah. When God, Noah built an ark according to God's instruction, demonstrating his faith by acting on God's warning of the coming flood. Now, Noah, I love about it was the story of Noah is because God gave him, like, he gave him like real, like, basic instruction, like from detail to detail. He went to the point that God showed him the measurement. The measurement of the ark. It need to be this shape. They need to be that. And Noah followed the instruction. Noah followed the instruction to a T. So I just want to say to all single lady, single man, as you preparing for your future your future spouse, you need to be in tune with God at all times. You need to be in tune with God at all times, meaning spend a lot of time in his presence, reading his word in prayer. Because you never know God begin to speak to you. He might tell you something. He might say, oh, you need to do this. You need to do this before your spouse, before your future spouse comes. You need to do this. Just like me telling me to create a basket, a gift, a good basket for my future spouse. Like, create a gift basket, give him a gift, give him a gift, give him something, let him know like you was. And I had already the gift that I have in here. I'm not gonna show you all the gift, but I'm gonna show you the basket. I was doing this before I moved here. Like, I was doing this before I moved here, because after hearing the evangelist, her testimony, one day I went into the store and I was like, I'm moving in faith, God. I'm moving in faith. I'm like, I don't know who he is. I don't know what he looked like. I don't know what he talked like, but I'm moving in faith. And I went to the store and I bought this gift, and I'm like, this is going to be for him. And then what I would do, I would just different prayers. I would write out different prayer. I would say, I see it like say prayers, for my future spouse. So this is something you never know. You need to be in tune, because God can just right in your sleep. He can just tell you something. He might even reveal your spouse, reveal them to you. He might show you their face. He might say, this is your future husband. This is your future wife, tell you their name, so this is why you need to be in tune, because when you're not in tune, a counterfeit can come along and you can be like, that's my husband, that's my wife. But you need to be in tune. It's because God, you really want to know that you married the right person. You married the right person. That's the right person that God has chosen for you to be with. And you don't want no counterfeit. So that's why it's so important. You need to be in tune with God, because you never know when God is going to reveal something to you. And another thing I have, I don't think this is the journal, but let me show y'all real quick. I don't meant for this to drawer is stuck. Okay, my desk drawer got stuck. I don't mean this to be a long video. Y'all forgive me, sometimes my videos be so long, but it just be so much I gotta say. But this is something like I got led. This is like a singlehood journey, a singlehood journal. And what I do is sometimes God might reveal things to me, show me things. You write it down. You write it down. You want to keep notes. It's so that when that time do come and your future spouse come, you get married, you can go back and you can reflect on, you can reflect on God will show me some, you never know. Like it could be like prayer retreat. It might be a seminar. Somebody might say, we want you to come speak and we want you to share your testimony, how God prepared you for your future spouse. And you could just go get your notes and you could say, you can write it out. Keep like a journal, And so this is something else you can do. And so the next person who acted in faith was Sarah. Through faith, also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. This is Genesis chapter 18, 9 and 15. Mary, the mother of Jesus, through obedience and faith by accepting God's plan, even though it was a challenging one. This is Luke 1:30 and 38. And so these are a list of people in the Bible who moved who moves in faith and action, with the leading of God. And so now we're going to get to the final thing. We're going to get to the final thing where I want to show you all what I did, what God led me to do. And if you all if you feel like doing, hey, it's like I say, it's this encouragement. This is encouragement when you look at this. And so me, since I did this, and then after I did it, I prayed over it. After I did this, I felt a change. I felt a change, meaning that I have it and I keep it in my closet. So when I go in my closet now, that very same closet that the Lord told me, clean out, make room for your future spouse. When I go in my closet now and I see this basket, I feel as if that's my husband's stuff in there. That's my husband. That's his stuff in there. That's his stuff. Like, that's my husband. This is basket. This is his. I feel already as if like he's here. And so this is why the Lord gave me this. Um, the Lord gave me this idea, to encourage me. It's like, and you will feel a difference. You feel a change. You feel it's already because you're preparing. So now, when he actually do come and he's in the house, it won't feel new to you. Like, oh my God, I got this man in the house. He's in the house. It's not new to you. It's because you already had that basket reserved. You already had a spot reserved just for him, just for him, just for your husband, not for no boyfriend, but you had it reserved just for your husband, just for your wife. And you want to make sure that the right person, you want to make sure that this goes in the right person hand. You want to make sure, because if you don't and things don't work out, it's a sad thing when you gotta start all over. You gotta start all over. So this is why you want to make sure and you pray. With me, I told the Lord, I want you to pick them out for me. I want you to pick out my spouse. I'm not good at picking out. I want you to pick them out for me. I want you to pick them out for me. So when God pick them out, you can't go wrong. I have nothing against people who go on, they pick them out, they own. I have nothing against it. But this is something that I ask God to do for me. It's because I know I'm not good at picking out a mate. So this is why I ask God to do this for me. So let me show you all. So, like I said, so this is something, and I'm not going to show y'all what's in here. Right now, I just got 3 items in here. I just got 3 items in here. So, I got some, when I go to the store, I got some picking up some stuff to do. So, this is like, it's a basket. I got this from like the Dollar Tree. You see what I'm saying when it's not sturdy. So, I want to get like a sturdier basket, so it won't be wild and it won't break it. So, this is something I got from the Dollar Tree, and this little sticker on here, it says faith in action. It says faith in action, future spouse, and it said Hebrews 11:1. We just read this scripture where it says faith. It says faith is a substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So even though you can't see this person, you can't see your future husband right now, your future wife, or you can see, but you're moving in faith. You're moving in faith. You stepping out on faith. You're moving in action, and you say, I can't see him, I can't see her, but guess what? I'm moving in faith. This is for them. This is what I have for them. And so each time you go to the store, it is your duty. I'm gonna say your responsibility. Is your responsibility each time you go to the store and you see something, whatever it is you see you like. You might see a watch. You might say, you know what, I like that. Hey, I'm getting that for my future husband, my future wife. Put it in the basket. Or you may see some put it in there. Put it in there. You put it in there, whatever it is. You might see a card or something. You say, you know what, I like that card. You put in there. This is encouragement. This is encouragement because so many times sometimes as single women or men, we go places and we see other people and we say, I wish I had a card to give to somebody. Why you wish? Move in faith, and buy the card, buy the card, and you put it in the basket. Say, you know what? Hey, this gonna be for my future wife. How people, you go somewhere and you see people. We do it all the time. We say, you know what? That's gonna be my car. That's gonna be my car. I'm claiming it. I'm decreeing the claim. That's what you do. You say, you know what? Let me get this. I'm getting this for my husband. I don't see him. I don't know who he is, but he's somebody. He coming. Put it in the basket. Put it in the basket. So, like I said, this is something that I got. This is from the Dollar Tree, but I'm gonna get him a stronger basket. I'm going to get him a stronger basket. And each time you go to the store, you just picking up items. You just put it in there. You put it in there. And then you might say, well, Melissa, what did I do with my basket? Just get over full. If you have to, then you get something bigger. You get something bigger. Like the evangelist at the sister at my church, she told me, she's like, those sisters, they had a trunk. They had a trunk, and they would tell them to put stuff in the trunk. And so one sister, she did that. She put stuff in the trunk, and and she got married. And so me, I'm thinking like, because we was going prayer retreat. I'm like, the trunk might be too heavy for them to carry back. So I'm like, if it's just something like a basket or something that they can, they can have to take carry home, and then they get home and they get something bigger, you can get something bigger. But this is something that I put together, yeah. It's something that the Lord gave me to put together. I put the scripture on here, and so um I'm moving in faith. I'm moving in faith and moving in faith, and this is something that, oh, excuse me, I want to share with you all. Every time the Lord give me something, I want to share this with you all. So this is what I'm doing with the single ladies for the noonday prayer retreat. Something else I want to show you all before I end this video. Like I said, your girl is moving in faith. You're moving in faith. When you're moving in faith, God see that you mean business. He mean business with you. So when you mean business, God see you like, okay, I see her. She's preparing. Something that's God just be speaking to me, like, get in position. Get in position. You're like, when you get in position, I'm gonna share this testimony of this evangelist. This testimony. So there is this older evangelist. She's like 60 years old, and so this is a true story. My pastor shared this story with us doing Bible class, and I was like, wow, like so. She's 60 years old. She prayed and she told God. She was on her knees and she prayed and she told God, Lord, I desire to be married. She said she wanted to be married. After she got off her knees praying, there was this bishop. His wife, his late wife. She had passed away some years ago. This late bishop reached out to her and he asked her, are you interested in getting married? He told, are you interested in getting married? And so I guess they began to talk and get to know each other, and he proposed to her. So they getting married this year in September. They getting married this year in September. So I was like, wow. I was like, that's a powerful story. Like, I'm like, here she is. Like, she was on her knees and she was praying and she told God and she said, I desire to be married. So, and he reached out to her. So she was already in position. Here it is, this man. I would say no doubt about it, he wanted to be married again. God put her in position, put him in position, led him to her, like, I got somebody for you. Like, reach out to her. Because God already sees she was in prayer praying, saying that she desired a husband. And God, I won't say instruct him to her, let him to her. So this is why I say get in position, you prepare, you could get in position. God see you already, like you getting ready, like I already got one of my daughters or one of my sons already. They looking for a wife, they looking for a husband, they're already in position. But when you're not in position and you're not prepared, how do you prepare? How do you expect God to give you something if you're not prepared? So this is the last final thing I want to share with you, and I'm gonna close this video out. So your girl, and I've been doing this quite a long time. Like, I was doing this before my last relationship. Um, I had this. So this is let me show y'all. Look, the girl, look, faith in action. So this is a wedding planning book. I got this off of Amazon. The one I had before, I have a big one. When I'm thinking, like, when you're doing your planning, you don't want to carry around a big old book. You're doing your planning. You got to go to stores and do this and that. So I said, Lord, I need a small wedding planning book. And so this is what I got. And it says, Future Mrs. Future Mrs. And so, like I said, I got it from Amazon. And so this, I just real quick, show y'all real quick. Let me show y'all the pocket. It's from Amazon, and it got little pockets right here. And this is just some different color seams I got, like for like bridesmaid, different colors. You can, like, if you want to pick your wedding colors, um, different wedding stuff. And I did this before, you all, like with my last relationship, but it didn't work, it didn't go well. So, but anywho, and I'm just showing y'all real quick, cause. And so this is just a wedding timeline. You got just different wedding planning. So let me show y'all real quick since it's falling out. I don't want to show y'all my color. I'm gonna put that over there. This is just the program. This is my wedding program. I don't want to show y'all the color, but this is my future wedding program. Write it out. Like the scripture said, write the vision, make it plain. Write, start writing your stuff out now. Start writing out stuff now. And what is this? I think this planner book is I think I just got different notes right here. Um, yeah, I think it's just different notes in here. This is something that's I'm gonna show you all. If you go to somebody's wedding, different people wedding, and you know how to get out, pass out wedding programs of the wedding, don't toss those programs. Keep those programs. Keep them in case you want to get ideas and stuff for your wedding, your future wedding. Keep them. So this is what I did when I go to weddings. I keep the program. I keep the program. So it's like when you put your program together, you might see something in in the program. So I like that what they did. I want to add. Don't throw those away. You keep them. So I just want to show this to you all, and it just it's kind of like a cream color, and it look like it got like a diamond on here. And I forget how much I paid for this. It was on Amazon. So I just want to show that with you all. Moving at faith in action, like moving, moving action. You know, don't just take it lightly. If you really want to be married, moving, just move in faith, allow God to lead you and guide you. So I showed you all the basket. That's something that you want to do. That's something God gave me to do, something you want to do, to prepare you. Like I said, I did it. And your girl was like, when I look in the closet, I'll be like, that's his. I'm like, that's his. That's my husband. I can't wait to get it to him. I got to put some more items in there, but that's his. Let him know, I have already reserved a spot just for you. Okay. But didn't mean to make this video so long, but I pray you all was blessed by this video. I pray that it's encouragement, encouraging you to, what, I want to do me a basket. I want to prepare, So I pray that it was a blessing. And if it was, give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. Share this video. Share this video with a loved one. You might say, well, Melissa, I'm already married. But if you know someone that, a friend, a loved one, they desire to be married, share this video. Share this video with them to give them hope, give them encouragement. That's the only reason why with me hearing testimonies about different other people have given me hope and encouragement. And one more thing I'm gonna share with you all, and I probably put the link to her video in my description down below. It's these two people, these two I'm gonna say these two subscribers on my channel. One of them is channel called what is it, y'all? Let me get it real quick because I already just my videos is making this too long. But I want to share this with you all. It's because they have really encouraged me and inspired me. Is it on here? I can't read. So it's two of them. One of them, her name is Harmony. I think it's called Home Harmony. And her name is Charity. And she shared a testimony of how she's like I want to say single women's married life coach. She have really blessed me tremendously on my singlehood journey. And I've been watching her channel. She have a channel, a family channel. It's called the Rebecca's. I'm gonna put it down in the description. And then she have a channel for single and married. It's called Harmony Home. Another individual I watch, I've been watching her channels, and I love the channel she has. And her channel is called Marriage Makers. To be married. I think it's called To Be Marriage Makers. I'm gonna put her channel link down below. And I just love it. I love it because these are people, they're married already, and they sharing their life experience. They're encouraging you. They're encouraging you on your single journey. And so that's why when I got asked to do this for our noonday prayer retreat, and I told the chair, I said, what about the singles? I'm like, what about the singles? And so I'm looking like, and she was like, so what do you want to do for them? And I told him like, We need something. I'm like, you need something. Like, it could be somebody already married. They can come share their testimony. You know, that's encouragement. That's encouragement for the single. And so when I look at these two individuals and they channel, I just love it. Is because that's encouragement. That's encouraging you. You know, they sharing their life story, and not only that, helping singles out. And you need it to let you know, like, you're not alone. You know, so I'm gonna put it down below. But that's all, you all. I pray you all was blessed by this video. Until next time, it's your girl Melissa. God bless.